You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Oh, hey.
Welcome.
We're getting blasted.
You must be them.
We must be M.
Yeah.
Apostrophe EM.
So it's Jango again.
Yes.
Here we are. Here we is. We're infiltrating a prison. That's all I remember.
We've infiltrated one area on the objective list.
Whoa.
Now we're infiltrating another.
Sure. How many areas does a prison have?
Find out next week on how it's made.
Okay, there's a checkpoint. Guess that just opens this door.
That little button.
Yeah. There's been a lot of switches in this level.
There has been.
Shoot the 8 switches to open the lock!
We need more of those.
We do.
Make Backlog Boys quote Star Fox again.
Wow.
As they say. I mean, the fans demand it, you know.
I suppose they do.
They've tied our hands. They've chained us, but Jango's been unchained. So, wow.
Juan's firing on all cylinders today, folks.
At VGMCon, did you hear Ben's short stand-up session for this talent show? Ben Mullen.
No, I did not. Was it incredible?
Mr. Tetris. It was,
Or was it horrible?
It was horrible in the best way.
Okay.
Like, just jokes that make you just groan, but laugh also.
Oh, okay, so it was like dad jokes.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Now that he's officially a dad.
I didn't get to see any of the talent show. How did that all go?
I saw like the first couple of things, and then Ben's thing, which was the last thing, because I had to step out for a while.
Oh, okay.
And since 2 out of the 3 remaining board members that were on site were managing the talent show. So,
oh, gotcha. So you had to be somewhere else.
You had your own thing. I just had to be like the standby person.
Oh, okay.
And like running between registration and all that. But
I don't remember what I was doing at that time.
I don't either. But you were busy.
Okay.
And it was actually really cool because several of the people from the orchestra clinic played. 2 of them together. They played something that they've like learned together before.
Oh, cool.
It was Castlevania actually.
Nice.
It was really cool. But there was this kid who was in the orchestra clinic, and he played piano in it. And he was just kind of like an on-site registration. He was just like, we're here for this. We didn't come prepared. And we're like, oh, okay. What do you play? Like, they didn't have an instrument visibly.
Oh, they were there for the talent show?
They were there for the orchestra clinic. But they stayed for the talent show. But cool. He was really young. He looked like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
But then he played piano in the talent show and played like this great little classical piece.
Wow.
And it was like it was like solid.
Damn.
It was like, you know, it was legit, and it wasn't like a basic piece. I was like, holy cow, these kids. The
got
business.
some talent, yeah.
And then there was a cellist in the orchestra clinic in 10th grade, and she was kind of like the section leader of the cellos, and kind of like, you know, helped like with like, oh, you know, there's a misprinted bowing, we'll do it this way. She did the talent show, and then we found out after she finished, and she played like a really complicated, extravagant piece that had like a lot of shifting, like all up and down.
Oh, wow.
The fingerboard. And then she said that, I was talking to her, and she said she's only been playing a year.
Wow.
And it's in 10th grade. So
wow.
I was like blown away.
Yeah.
By the level.
Obviously got some natural talent.
Yeah.
That she's cultivating.
And she's like, yeah, I just switched from guitar to cello. And it was no big deal.
Wow.
And it's just like, wow, but it's cool because she got something out of the orchestra clinic just as much as the people who were like not quite at her level.
Yeah.
And it was like,
that's
really cool. But Ben, oof. It was dad joke central.
Dang.
We were the dad joke capital of the world for.
I wish Tom could have been there for that.
For like 5 minutes.
Or Andrew.
Tom was definitely there.
Oh, Tom was there. Nice.
Yeah, he was chuckling.
I bet.
To himself. He was suppressing chuckles because he was recording it with a camera.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was trying not to like laugh directly into the, you know, the camera to like drown out everything else. But
yeah. Oh, and we're here now. I guess we found Metal Gear or something. I don't know what was going on
Metal
there.
Gear.
Probably should have listened to that guy, but whatever.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We didn't listen at all. I used to think I could do other impressions, but I think I should only ever do David Hayter impressions. Because I can't. The rest of them are terrible, and they don't sound good.
I'm good at approximating impressions.
Yeah, you are. But like,
I can
getting
like I can
the right idea.
I can get in the ballpark
Like
for pretty much everybody.
Yeah, like the inflections.
Yeah. But like I don't think I can do any impressions to the level where like somebody would confuse me for the genuine article.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
like some people can do.
I can recite one of Ben's jokes. It wasn't one that he used in the talent show, but he's definitely said it before.
Okay.
And it's definitely a dad joke. He said,
that guy was a bounty.
So, you know, in the late 20th century, it was a Republican president. The Democrats needed to run someone to, try to get the presidency back, right? And, elections are complicated, and they had someone who, God damn it, they had someone who volunteers, like, yeah, I'll run for I'll run for president as a Democrat. And they said, okay, so you'll run in states that have open primaries. And he said, yeah. And he said, they asked him, like, will you run in states that have caucuses? And he's like, actually, no, I can't do that. And so then they had to search again. They had to like start from scratch. Started searching for another candidate, and they found this guy named Mike. And they asked him, like, oh, you'll run in. You're okay with an open primary, right? An open primary election? He's like, yeah. And what about states that'll do caucuses? He's like, yeah, I'll do that too. I'm good. And they're like, okay, so you're going to be our guy. And he's like, yeah, great. And so then, Mike will do caucus. That's
it?
Yep, that's the joke.
Stop short.
Yep.
God.
From Tetris legend Ben Mullen.
How did the tetrathlon go, by the way, too? I didn't get to see that.
Oh, that's actually a really cool story from that. So I work with Ben.
Yeah.
It's funny because my life has crossed paths with Ben multiple times separately, like all independently. Mm-hmm. But yeah, now we work together. And I've become good friends. And he was telling me at work. I like that little hop.
I think it's a speed strat.
Yeah,
seems to make me go faster.
You
but
run this at Midwinter Speed Sprinter 2020.
It seems unlikely.
So at the Tetris thing, he was telling me at work that there was this guy in Minnesota, a 14-year-old kid, who within the past couple of months became the youngest person to ever max out in NES Tetris.
Oh, okay.
And he said that that's really impressive, and that he was kind of predicting that eventually that this is like the start of the next generation, like taking over.
Okay.
Because they're just so much sharper and like younger and can adapt and learn so much more quickly than like the old guard.
Sure.
To like the slowly changing meta of Tetris. Mm-hmm. And he said, you know what, I'm gonna like send him a message because it would actually be really cool. We've never played against each other, but we both know that the other exists, and we're like two of the best players in the state, and that this kid is probably one of the only people who would be like a threat to unseat Ben in the Midwest Classic for Tetris.
Sure.
So it's like, yeah, it'd actually be really cool if like that's where we first played and met each other. Was at this convention, and so we're playing, and so what we had Ben do is do all these gags, like where he, you know, we had a handheld mirror and we had him face backwards away from the TV.
Oh my god!
And look through the mirror over the person over his own shoulder into the TV to play.
Wow.
So everything was mirrored.
That sounds incredibly hard.
And we gave him like winter mittens that he had to wear, so it was so much harder to accurately press and find, you know, like the A and B button. And we did kind of stuff like that. And so I'm up there kind of like emceeing and helping him pick people from the crowd to come up and play against him. And so, you know, the second time, like, hands go up and I pick someone. You know, I just picked, I don't know, and I knew a couple of them, but I didn't know this guy. And so I picked him out of the audience, and he comes up, and as he's walking up, Ben's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know this guy. And then as he gets up there, he recognizes him, and it's the guy.
Oh, it's the kid.
It's the kid who maxed out. It was the youngest kid to ever max out in Tetris.
Oh, man.
And then they played their first game against each other ever.
Wow.
At VGMCon.
That's cool.
And it was like, wow. He just did it on a whim and just was like hoping that he might show up.
Yeah.
And then he came. Like, they didn't even know. And I randomly picked him out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Out of all the hands without knowing who he was. And it was just like this picturesque little moment. And then they went in the hall and played each other a bunch more. And
oh, okay. I think I saw that going on, not knowing what it was.
The kid started beating Ben up a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
He said he was playing really well.
Womp rats.
Just like shooting womp rats, eh, kid?
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And just how it happened, like it would in a movie, without intending it. Or like, you know, orchestrating it to happen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just so happened to pick the right person out of the audience without knowing. And he just happened to show up and we didn't expect him. And but yeah, it was fun. There were like more people that wanted to play against him than we could fit. So, these noises.
Man, this is a really confusing area.
Yeah.
So this leads me into an area that looks identical to the previous area, but I don't think it's the same area.
And where does this one go?
So all these tunnels lead to these cave, like grates or whatever.
And you can't cut them from the inside?
And I can't cut them, or at least it doesn't seem like I can. And it looks like there's these people
in them
that are prisoners. And I don't know if I'm supposed to just be like aware that they exist and this is like fleshing out the lore and that they don't have anything to do with what I'm here for. Oh, yeah, apparently that's the case.
Okay.
Or they're just not the prisoner that I'm looking for.
How are you?
You're coming with me.
You're a bounty hunter.
Frickin' Porky Pig.
Bounty hunter?
Or Scooby-Doo or something.
Yeah. If you can, what do you think of the Shaggy memes?
I'm not familiar.
No? The Shaggy's not even using 1% of his power. You're familiar with this?
No.
I have no idea where it comes from, but it's this meme where like it's Shaggy with like this kind of
cartoon Shaggy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they found like this, or well, I guess it's both.
It's been like
It's
Matthew
also
Lillard as well.
Yeah. Because there's.
All right. Apparently we finished that mission.
Oh. We did it. We
Yeah.
broke out. Someone got broke out now. But it's this. It's like Shaggy, cartoon Shaggy with, and he's like has this look on his face. It's probably just a still of like an animation where he looks menacing in this particular frame.
Okay.
And then it's like, you know, that imposed over like, you know, a galactic background and like, oh, Shaggy's only using 1% of his power. Only ever used 1% of his power.
I don't understand. It's so
It doesn't make
fascinating
yeah.
how those memes are born.
I don't know how, but now they're everywhere.
Like, all you have to do is make that, and you think it's funny, but then somebody else has to think it's funny and share it.
And it has to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's happened to me before where I thought of something like that and then put it out there, but nobody thought it was funny. So it doesn't become a meme, you know?
The other side of it is like Shaggy from the movies, like the live action movies. And it must be like a behind the scenes interview with him. So he's like sitting down in a room looking normal, out of character. But then they'll put like captions that say, it's like the question is like, you know, have you ever used more than 1% of your power? And it's like, oh well, yeah, there was one time that I, you know, had to do such and such. Oh my God!
So the prisoners are trying to kill me too. What the hell?
Like gladiators.
Yeah, but like we're in like a cell block.
Somebody call
They just don't care. Somebody call Elvis,
Russell Crowe.
because we're rocking the jailhouse here.
Oh yeah, that too. I was gonna say Russell Crowe because you could, you know, turn these guys into an army.
That's a pretty good movie.
It's a pretty good movie. It's one of those movies that stands up out of those movies.
Yeah,
some of them don't.
There's a few CGI moments that date it, but for the most part, oh wow, I didn't realize my health was in danger.
I think those melee attacks actually do
A lot.
a good amount
Django's
of damage.
kind of squishy, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
it's lightweight.
maybe this is a good point to cut it off.
Yeah,
We're the boys, and this is Boys Wars.
we them boys actually.
We are them boys. Next week, Vaughn will be back with some more.
Some more Star Wars.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it's Boys Wars. Sorry, some more Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2. Yes.
Yes,
Which is part
it's
of
also
Boys
Star
Wars.
Wars. Yeah.
And on Wednesday, we'll have some more Gridiron Boys, Madden NFL 97, super exciting playoff action,
Yes.
or maybe even further along.
We might be in the championship.
Yeah, we might be in one of the championship games or the even the Super Bowl. Who knows?
Possibly, yeah. Find out
That one's coming to a head.
in the episode.
And our Friday slot is still under construction, so bear with us.
Yep.
There's something awesome coming, and it's going to be worth the wait.
Road closed, but once it reopens,
So smooth.
yeah, you're gonna break out your rollerblades.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like you're living in a dream.
Yeah, for now, just orange cones on Friday.
Yeah.
But stick with us.
Yes. Trust us,
It's going to be great.
and you'll love what comes next. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one, or maybe on Discord. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can check
hit
us out there.
And take care.
Bye bye.